this. Oh, that was very bright in my eye. Okay. Hi everyone, it is Erin, or in this case Rennie, and in today's video I am talking about my last relationship. Keyword being relationship. Since it is a month of love, I decided, you know what, Erin, even though it's a little bit past, I think it's like a few days after Valentine's Day, you cannot let this moment slip away, like slipping through my fingers. No, we're doing this. And even though it's not something I really like to talk about, I think it can be like a very good story time. So we're gonna get into it. Disclaimer, I've never been in a relationship. This is like, I think like the longest situationship I've been in. And yeah, this is also the same person who I had my first kiss with. So it was very it was a lot. But with all of that aside, let's get into it. Let's do the story time, everyone. Okay. It was in the last day of March 2021, and Werner and we decided spontaneously after class, okay, let's go to Hatfield, let's like support his friend who wanted to get was it earrings? Was it like body piercings? Earrings. And like I didn't really have anything to do till like my class later on, so I was like, you know what, let me go with you. So we are walking from our class to Hatfield, which is a solid 4 kilometers. I don't really mind walking, but that day I was wearing sweatpants and just a normal sweater, and it was extremely hot. I don't know what was going on in my mind when I decided to wear it, but the morning it wasn't that hot, but the afternoon was excruciatingly hot. Now we're walking and we somehow got lost, and it was very like, I've never been in Hatfield. Like around that time, I've never been there. My first time there. Werner, he doesn't know really what's happening as well. So we're standing on the edge, like on this like corner where there's this preschool thing, and we're just standing there. Werner is on Google Maps looking for the place, and this guy on a bicycle, like he drives past he drives past me, and you know the normal courteous, hi, how are you? Probably like a minute after, the guy turns back and he's like, hi. I'm like, hello? He's like, I please have your number. I'm like, oh, I don't really give out my number to people. I'm very sorry, but I'm not really the number type to strangers type of person. So I gave him my Instagram handle instead, and it's like, I'm okay, I'm going to DM you. I'm like, oh, sure, buddy, okay, whatever. So the entire day we got McDonald's with his friend, with Werner's friend. He did his piercings, and then Werner also got a piercing. So it was very spontaneous. Okay, fast forward to 9 p.m. that night. I am busy, like preparing to go take a shower, and I'm on my Instagram. And I'm like, oh wait, I have a DM, and it's from the guy, and he's like, so like, would you like to, go out and like get like a milkshake or anything? I'm like, okay, buddy, sure. Let me call him Carl. Yeah, okay, that's like pretty close to his actual name. So he asked me if we can go the following day to Mainland Mall to get ice cream. And I'm like, okay, cool, we can get ice cream. And was it Monday? No, it wasn't a Monday, I think it was a Wednesday. And it's the 1st of April, and I'm at the mall waiting for him. And then it got into my mind, whoa, Erin, it is the 1st of April. April's Fool's. Like, imagine this homeboy, like he bamboozled you. And now you're just over here. But like, I had my friends on my WhatsApp live, so they knew where I was the entire time, which was a very safe and very good thing to do. But I'm waiting, and he told me that he's busy with something, so he was late. Probably 40 minutes later, I'm still waiting at the Krispy Kreme shop, and he pulled up and he's like, oh, hi. And I told him, Hi. So we walked around, we got ice cream, was a nice day. I wouldn't really say they were chemistry. It wasn't necessarily like, yeah, you kind of. It was more along the lines of, you know. So, fast forward, everyone, to probably, I think, 2 weeks later. So, around that time, we were texting and like video calling and everything. And I decided, hey, maybe let me see where this goes. Responsibly, but let me see where this goes. Around this time, I was really trying, I would admit that I was trying to see if I actually like him, but it felt like he liked me more than me liking him. So, to a certain degree, I was forcing myself to just reciprocate any type of emotion back towards him. Yeah, it is 3 weeks after our first meeting. And I asked him on our first date. And it was just like a normal picnic at my house. Homie was late, and I remember crying in the kitchen. Bro, I was sobbing, bro. When I tell you I was sobbing, I mean that Aaron Patience, I was sobbing. Because I thought that, hey, I'm being stood up at my own house by a person I don't even like that much. I've been bamboozled. And then it turns out that when he said he will be on his way to my house, that was, then he texted me telling me that, oh, he just finished studying. So a part of me thought, red flag, red flag. Another part of me thought, you know what, Aaron, these things happen, he takes his schooling very seriously. But eventually he got to my house, we had a picnic, it was nice. That's when I had my first kiss. Let me get into that. It's not that Carl is a bad kisser. I mean, bear in mind, I've never had my first kiss up until then. But it wasn't what I expected my first kiss to be like. It wasn't necessarily, oh my word. It was more along the lines of, oh, that's it? Ugh. So, with that being my only, up until this very moment, being the only time I've ever kissed anyone, I don't really think I'm a fan of kissing and making out and stuff like that because maybe one day I'll like it, but currently I don't like it. I remember I remember after our second date, when he went home, I was brushing my teeth. I'm like scrubbing my teeth. I don't think I told anyone this, but just like the hygienic aspect of it just really made me nauseous. Anyways, our second date, since we are on that topic, it was also like a picnic at the house, but it wasn't a picnic. It was more along the lines of we were just going to chill and everything. So we did chill, and the electricity was off in my area, and it was only me in the house. So when he went home, I brushed my teeth, and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have anything else to do. I can just like read a book in the dark and hope that I fall asleep. Then he and his brother invited me to go to their house. This is very loud. Okay, so I was waiting for the sound, and then my dad walked in, and I'm like, "Ew, I don't really want to talk about this with my dad in the room, even though both my parents watch my YouTube channel. I feel like it's better to just have them watch than to have them hear it up front. Okay, so we're at his house, and we got chow mein, and it was at this like Asian restaurant across from Aunt Class. And if you were ever in Hatfield and know like where Aunt Class is, you would know that it's usually filled with tech students, like University of Pretoria, like the tech students. So we're standing outside, and there were preachers, and I love talking about God. I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. So I was really into that conversation. And the preacher man guy, he asked Carl and his brother, Kevin, um, if they believe in God, and they both said yes. And then he asked him, like, why do you go to church? And then something within me told me, Aaron, listen to what Carl says. His reason was for spiritual enlightenment, like uplifting enlightenment. I'm like, okay, cool. My reason was, as I just said, like, I believe in God, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I truly know that we are living in the end times and I want to be right with the Lord. And after listening to his reply, I was like, I do get it, but within my heart I was like, red flag, because I felt like we were like on like various different levels when it came to faith and everything. Yeah, and like within that there were a lot of moments leading up to that moment where I just knew that this isn't someone, like I would always have to feel like I have to downplay my faith in order to like be with this person, which is not something I'm about to do. So we got to their house, we ate chow mein, we joked around and everything. It was around 11 p.m. and they were like, you want to sleep over? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm already here. I don't want to be an inconvenience. So I slept over, and yeah, like nothing weird happened, but just there were a lot of times where I felt love bombing, love bombing is kind of just like an access of affection, but not necessarily in like a nice way, but love me, who is this? Hmm? Who is this in front of the gate? Okay. And that was it, and just I just like genuinely felt that I just genuinely felt that I am being like overall like whelmed. And yes, I wanted emotion and like affection from him. It's just that in the way I got it, it didn't really feel sincere. So yeah, the next morning, we were just sitting and we were talking everything, and that's when I genuinely realized that like we have nothing in common. Like we have nothing in common with each other. So I went home and then I had a class event. But a few weeks later, I forgot, like when I came back home. My dogs are so loud. A few weeks later, when I came back home, like when I went back home to Pretoria, I forgot my food at home, and I felt in that time, I felt literal self-hatred, like the most, like usually it's very odd, but usually in May, I tend to go through this phase of like major depression and anxiety, and yeah. Anyways, but I knew that this person, like I can't, like he's a great person, really, like Carl really is, but it's just not, like it's not doing anything for my mental health, my emotional health, my spiritual health, my every type of health. So I called him probably like a few weeks later, and I'm like, hi, we need to talk. And it's like, oh no. I'm like, I don't think this is working, bro. And bear in mind, I didn't want to do this over the phone because I don't really want to be broken up with over the phone. But I told him that like, I feel like I'm always the one initiating things. I'm always the one who needs to take control on things. And honestly, it really tires me out because I don't feel any type of reciproc like reciprocation. Recipro- like I feel like it's not being reciprocated. And also like there are things that's just not working for me. Like I always feel like you are pushing my boundaries. And I will tell you, bro, I don't like it when you do this. And then you would cover it up with the thing of, no, but no, no, no. Bro, I don't like it. You are pushing my boundaries. And I genuinely feel like I have to be a different person when I'm with you. And then I said, I know like there are probably things about me that irked you. And he's like, no, 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 no. I like you. So I'm like, bro, I'm not a perfect person. I know there were things about me that irked you. So that ended. It took me 6 minutes to cut it off. And it was very, I wasn't like it was difficult. It was just like I've never done it before. So it was like a new thing for me as well. And I remember like literally like a minute after our phone call ended that night, it was 9 p.m. On his WhatsApp status, he literally typed, he's like, oh my word, just lost such an amazing girl and my friend just passed away. What doesn't kill you make you stronger, you know. Bro, bro, like, I get it. Like, hey, your friend just passed away and you lost an amazing girl. No, I'm just kidding. But also the one thing that really I didn't like about him was the whole like hustle mentality thing, which I get it. You are motivated, you have ambition, but there's this point where it really feels like pride, like immense pride and egotism. Yeah, yeah, egotism when it comes to like the whole hustle, hyping yourself up culture, which not I'm not really a fan of. Obviously, have work ethic and have ambition and be a hard worker, but I feel like there's a difference between that and like hustle, 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 like continuously hype. It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour type of thing. Yeah, that is my first relationship thing. I definitely learned a lot in that, like in those 2 weeks, so 2 months, about myself, about how I handle things, about I shouldn't have to feel like I have to be someone else. And there are a lot of like a lot of behind the scenes things that happened during that time, that just ultimately led me to think that, well, not think, to know that I have to cut this off ASAP without the Rocky. But yeah, that is my Valentine story, everyone. Once again, or if I didn't say before, happy belated Valentine's Day. And may we all find love, true love, that is patient, that is kind, and that is all of those things in that, in those verses. I'll put it up somewhere. Yeah, it's pretty much it, hey? Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.